Keeping your sanity, today's dilemma. In the face of global chaos, we need to embrace our interconnectedness, take meaningful action while remaining strong. Welcome to Living with Inner Elegance. I'm Caroline Phipps, and today we're going to talk about keeping your sanity in the face of global chaos. Before we begin, please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, click on the like button and the little bell for future notifications. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. This quote was attributed to Edmund Burke. Today, this is a lot of what I am hearing. People are saying to me, I can't bear to look at the news. I can't bear to even hear what's happening. I don't know what to do. I'm not even sure there is anything I can do. This collective hand-wringing is perfectly understandable. In the face of the WMDs, or in other words, the weapons of mass distraction, we are being bombarded. And this is a targeted event which is designed to do what they call flooding the zone. And here's what that is meant to do to us. It's meant to make us think that what is happening is so inevitable that there's nothing that we can do about it. And the idea is that this will make us cynical, apathetic, and probably paralyze us so we feel there is nothing we can do. And it's really important, I think, to realize today that this is a part of a strategy. And we tend to think, well, there isn't anything I can do. And who hasn't fallen prey to those thoughts recently? Well, there is no sugarcoating where we are right now. We are in a monumental struggle. It may seem like a political power play beneath the endless debates about culture, economics, religion, education, and science. There is something more profound going on here. We are in the middle of a spiritual reckoning. And here's the thing: spiritual leaders, avatars, enlightened teachers, scientists all know that we are interconnected beings, and we are interconnected with our planet and with the universe. So the actual truth of the situation is that there is no us and them. We are all in this situation together, and we are governed by the divine and neutral laws of the universe. What happens to one of us happens to all of us. And it is insane to believe that some of us have special privileges and are more important than other people. It's madness. And many people have and are compromising their integrity, ignoring their conscience, ditching discernment with this promise that somehow, as the chosen ones, they are going to be just fine. Well, the truth is simple. When we empower other people, we empower ourselves. When we give other people room, a rising tide raises all boats. But the minute we are against one another, the divide and conquer, We are in a situation which will not last and cannot prevail. It was the late Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. who said, "We either come together as brothers or we perish together as fools." And it's interesting because if we look back over history, we will see that there is nothing new under the sun here. Empires rise and they fall. We progress, we regress. We build up, we tear down. And the insanity continues. You may think that these are unprecedented times, but there is nothing new here under the sun. It's the same old greed, divide and conquer, discrimination, prejudice, pitting people against one another. The only thing that is different today is the context. And that said, we are the first generation of people to be globally interconnected at the speed of light. And that makes things a little bit different today after all those centuries of human history. And what I am seeing is that there are now millions of people around the world who have evolved beyond this tribal survival at any cost thinking. And this is why we're so disturbed today. We don't want to live in a world where we are okay and it's at the expense of the well-being of other people. We want to live in a world that's peaceful, that's just and just for everyone. And it's as if we are outraged, of course, by the idea that there are people who want to drag back decades of progress with human rights, with science, with education. And it's just shocking. And the list is endless. And it's no wonder that we feel like we do. So don't think that you are losing your mind, because it makes sense that you're feeling the way that you do. So clearly, we all have a mission. And if we don't participate right now, we are going to be complicit in this situation that we are not happy with. So the big questions are, how do we keep our sanity? How do we remain informed while keeping our sanity? And what can we do to make a difference? I think it's really important that we remember that there are millions of us feeling the same way. So if you're feeling alone in this, you are not. There are lots of us. Don't take things personally. This isn't about us or you. It's about a war on the collective. And the minute you take this situation personally, you break the bonds that we all have with one another and fall into the trap of divide and conquer. So it's not personal. Remember, the laws of the universe are neutral. So don't take anything personally. Don't allow yourself to become depleted. It's really easy to end up being hypervigilant, and it's also really easy to be paralyzed and just not able to do anything. And both of those situations are going to damage your health, and we need you in this mission. Except where we are today, it's going to be pointless if we all say, oh, things used to be so lovely and I wish it were like it were before. That's all meaningless. It's over, it's the past, and we are now in the present. So I would urge you to not waste any time wishing that things were different. Maintain your balance and your equilibrium, and don't let fear and anxiety take you over. You are not powerless. And here's something that's really interesting about us humans. We are way more powerful than we are led to believe. Consider this. Every choice you make about how you react, how you interact, what you think, and how you control your emotions is either going to be a positive in this situation, or it is going to be a negative. Those are the choices you have every minute of every single day. The slightest thing is going to make a difference at the moment, right down to having a smile at somebody in the grocery aisle. What does this do? It may sound trivial, is it gives somebody else a safe space. When you gift somebody with a safe space, you yourself are safer. Now imagine that as a ripple effect. And remember, there are millions of us. When it comes to advocacy, and I'm asked this a great deal, I have so many issues here, I don't know which one to advocate for. Make a list of the things that impact you, the people around you, and what matters to you most. Now, some of us are extremely busy and it feels totally overwhelming to be advocating for something while trying to keep a roof over your head and food on the table. So don't worry about what you can't do. Just do your best to do what you can do. Remember, there are lots of people out there and we've got each other's backs here. There are a lot of people advocating for a lot of different causes. Avoid futile conversations, because if you know that you're going to get into a conversation with somebody and it just isn't going to lead anywhere except makes you furious, don't do it. Get off the endless viewing of news. It's just going to be repeating and driving you insane. And scrolling and commentary, be careful about too much of that too. I saw a post the other day that said, "I'm apoplectic right now." Well, yes, we're many of us feeling apoplectic right now, but the time that was taken to create that poster and post it could have been spent actually doing something that was more productive. We don't know what the future is going to hold here, but here are a few things that we do know. Change is a constant. This too will pass. May sound like a cliche, but what we reap, we sow, and actions have consequences. So there is a part of this situation that we can just hand over, knowing that it will not remain like this forever. And the speed of change right now is so fast that what took years now may take months, even weeks, and these days, even days. So remember, change is a constant, and we can use that to help ourselves. Above all, these times are a call to action. We don't want to regret that we didn't stand up and do more when we could in these times. The world needs you. It needs your light, and it needs your personal power, and it's a gift to be here now and to have this choice to make things different or to keep them as they are or make them worse. The choice is yours. That's how powerful you are. Thanks for being with me today. it's really important that we are very connected and we know what our mission is. Before I sign off, please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click on the little like button and the bell for future notifications. If you need some great tools around living with inner elegance these days, go to my website, carolinephipps.com. We have videos, podcasts and articles, all of which can help. And if you would like to communicate directly with me, and I love hearing from you all, please send me a note, caroline@carolinephipps.com. I'd love to hear your observations, your experiences, and how I might be able to help you. Thanks for watching.